You should do. Right, welcome back to another Thursday night with the Beard Invades. This week we are invading Gav. Now you've seen Gav. Are we live? Apparently there's no one watching at all. I know there is. Let's just right, okay. What is going on here? Right, there's loads of people in there. So yeah, I can see them now. Right then. Okay. So welcome, Gav. So guys, like I was just saying, Gav is usually in all the different live shows. Is in my shows and stuff like that. So it's great to have you on, and it's going to be even more interesting to learn a little bit about you.
Yeah, cheers.
It's mad, isn't it? How you see people in the chat and you can't really put a face to the name. I mean, a lot of these I can, but they're only because I've invaded them.
yeah. That's why this is a good idea. It's because you speak to people sometimes, and you might get an image in your head about them, but you're not really going to know. You're not really going to know who they are until you've seen them and heard them speak and whatever and that. And
yeah.
I
mean, most people think that I'm like tall for some reason. Well, I'm not. I'm 5'9" and a bit.
Well, you're taller than me, just. I'm 5'8" and 3/4.
Oh, right. 3/4 is really important.
Yeah, very, very important. Yeah.
And there'll be people in the chat that will agree. Right. Before we kick off, let's do a little shout out to people that are watching. And there's lots of people. Okay. Right. So, as usual, you can imagine the top one is
Colin.
Wood Wizardry by Colin.
Yeah,
I hope the good ladies getting better, Colin. I really do. Peter Corcoran, Gerard the French Turner, Christine and Michael Hesseltine. I'll be seeing you guys soon. I'm going to head over and I'm going to meet them next month. So that should be good. Andy H is for turning. Guys, look out for next Tuesday where Andy H is going to be making something similar out of a bowling ball. Lawrence is in. Mel Carter. Welcome, Mel. I think you're new.
That's my missus.
Is that your missus? Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask a little question later about a sanding disc and possibly your missus's foot, but I'll get to that. Okay. Yeah. So Wayne Wood Turner, welcome, Wayne. What else we got? Circular Wood by Keith. Doug Miller at Wood Spun Around. Stuart Ingrul. I'm sorry, Stuart. Just Stuart. Who else we got? We got lots of people in tonight. Wood Turning by Barry. Welcome, Barry. Lorraine Naylor.
That's my mum.
Is that your mum?
Yeah.
My mum. Right. Claire's Crafty Corner is in.
Claire.
What else we got? We got lots and lots of people, which is nice. Keith Jarvis. Welcome, Keith. We got Nick the Flaming Turner is in. Rob CP. Oh, keep your eyes peeled, Rob. Did I say Doug Miller? Didn't I?
Yeah.
Who else we got? We got lots, which is nice to see. Oh, there's Sneaks Wall Art. Welcome, Clive. Right, okay. Die Proud. And so far, Huey Lionheart. Okay. Thanks, guys. Thanks, everyone, for coming in and giving Gav your support. Gav is only on 60-something subscribers. Let's do our best to get him to that 100 subscriber tonight and get him his custom URL. That'd be really cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it'd be nice.
Yeah. Okay. Right then. Like I say, Gav is in the chat usually. Let's find a little bit about him. There's something going on at my door. Is that a dog trying to get in?
TV dog or your chickens?
I hope it's not the chickens. I'll put them away. Right. Anyway, so Gav,
yeah.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you do for a living?
Right. I'll start from the beginning. I left school. I wanted to be an history teacher, but when I was doing my GCSEs, I met my history teacher and thought, I don't want to be that guy. I really do not want to be that guy. So that put me off. I left school. I was working for my dad. My dad was a car, like a panel beater. We used to go to his unit. He'd give us 2 discs of 80 paper and say, right, that transit van that's about 97-year-old needs rubbing down to clean. And that's what we did. I got a part-time job at his mate's Indian restaurant. This Indian guy named Baz. I worked for my dad for a week, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, being a waiter in an Indian restaurant, which I didn't really fit in, if you know what I mean. I used to get people saying to me, yeah, I'm a good cook. But I used to get, it were on an high street, so everybody that come in were drunk after 9. And I'd get, well, what part of Kashmir are you from? And all stuff like that. And it were a bit of a nightmare. I got about £15 a shift as well, which were even worse. But after that, I decided that a working life weren't really for me, or I wanted an easier life. So I went back to college, studied business. And then I realised that I didn't really want to study business. All I wanted to do was go out and have a drink and pull women and have a laugh, basically. So obviously I failed my A-levels. And then I jumped in between jobs. Where I am, it's ex-mining community. And when all that ended, it turned into industrial, like warehouse work. Basically, that's it. Warehouse, retail, and caring. That's the only jobs that is where I am. So I bounced between jobs doing that, and I ended up doing my wagon license, being a truck driver. So I was a truck driver up until 3 years ago. I've struggled with mental health problems since being like a grown-up adult. That's what I call it. Like from being 25 onwards.
Yeah.
Just depression, and I went through a lot of crap for a couple of years. And as I got older, it kind of got worse, and then it led up to me having to leave work about 2.5, 3 years ago now.
Right.
Just for my own health, just you know what I mean. So I weren't making myself ill every day.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that can relate to what you're talking about now, especially makers. I mean, there's people I know of in the chat that have got mental health issues, and that's why they turn to making things, because they
I mean, I think more people talk about it, more it's going to be accepted.
Yeah.
In my opinion, anyway. But you shouldn't. Like, I had to finish work because I had to finish work. I'm a young man. I'm only 38, but I had to finish work for my own well-being. And anybody that's in that situation or has been in that situation, you shouldn't ever feel ashamed by that. You should just carry on being yourself, if you know what I mean, without getting too deep.
It's you've got to speak about it. You've got to just speak about it. But like I say, it's quite rife. I mean, it's there's a lot of people in the make community that have got mental health issues, and I think this is why they make things, because it takes them out of their head and it focuses on something that they're putting their hand to.
Exactly. It makes everything external, not internal. I think that's the most important thing about it. That's why you see, like when I was growing up, I'd never seen an adult colouring book anywhere.
Yeah.
But now every shop you see has got adult colouring books.
Yeah.
It's mindfulness. It's just concentrating on one thing instead of thinking.
Yeah. So I've just noticed. Oh, Kia, where have I just seen? Ian in the shed's in. Welcome, Ian. Right.
Ian.
So, Rob CP, he's saying that it's very common, as you all know. Yes, definitely. Claire's got loads of adult colouring books.
No, why not, Claire? I'm surprised you find time to colour them in, but
I know she's the busiest maker that I know of, but she does a good job. Anyway, so what you do in that workshop, I know it's mainly wood turning. So how did that, go from being a truck driver and then coming out of work as a mental health? How did you get into wood turning? What inspired you to do that? Or, to
be honest with you, I was lost. I left work. I know I couldn't work anymore. And I was lost. I didn't know which direction to go in. I left work. I've been off work for about, I think it might have been 9 months, 10 months. I lost my grandma. She had a long battle with cancer. She passed away. And then I lost, which sounds in scale of things to some people stupid, I lost my dog that I'd had.
That's not stupid at all.
No, for 15 years. And she was the thing that kind of fetched me out when I first started suffering with depression. So I lost her, and then I lost my dad.
Oh God!
We in 12 weeks.
Yeah.
So I don't know how it come about. One day I'm on my phone on YouTube, because I used to be interested in really like UFC and stuff like that, and funny videos. I used to type in. I'm a fat person, but I used to type in fat people falling, and I'd laugh my head off for about 6 hours and go down this rabbit hole of people just falling off bikes and stuff. But it come up, and it was Andy Phillip. He was turning this big hybrid resin blank and streamers and everything that were coming off of it, and I couldn't understand how he figured out to make this thing what it was. And then I just fell into a rabbit hole then.
Yeah.
And then I thought,
rabbit hole.
I found it relaxing, but it kind of gave me a spark. I went to my mum's and I was like, look at this, what somebody's done with just a chisel and something spinning round.
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, that's brilliant. And I don't know, I just thought maybe I could do that.
Yeah.
That is what set me off with. If you told my woodworking teacher, because when we were at school, we had wood turning teachers, that I would be able to make something that somebody said wow to from wood, he'd have laughed at, he'd give you detention and laughed his head off. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that's good. You're a good inspirational teacher.
That's what you need.
Doug from Pole Bar's in, by the way. Welcome, Doug. Doug's lost a dog recently. Well, not recently, a couple of months ago. Dogs not stupid. Dogs are people too. Yeah,
I agree, Doug. Sometimes, most times, dogs can be better than most people. If I'm being honest, it's sad if you have to lose one. Yeah.
Well, this is what leading up to my next question. So, what's with the? Is that your dog on your logo?
It's not the dogs. I used to work terriers. For rat catching,
right?
That they were the dogs that I'm talking about. But my logo. When my dad died, his dog was pregnant.
Right.
He always had Labradors. My dad, my mum always had Labradors. So we ended up looking after the litter of dogs and mum. Because my mum couldn't cope, obviously she'd been through a lot and stuff. But we did get a black lab, so that is where inspiration come from my logo.
Right.
But a lot of people might know that black dog symbolizes depression as well. That, yeah.
So before we go on a little tour of your shop, to see what you're up to, the maker community, what does it do for you? And that's a weird question to ask someone, but because I can see that you're in all the lives and things like that, and you know, and you're talking to everybody, you're meeting up with people. What does the maker community do for you?
I'll tell you what it did for me at first. I went into some lives and videos, but mostly lives. Sat and listened, and then one day I just thought, just say hello. So that's part of depression with anxiety disorder. That you're even scared to type hello on a keyboard. You know what I mean? And I did, and I don't think I've ever had anybody in a chat say anything bad or be like a proper asshole. I don't think I've seen it. And even with me, because I've got a really dry sense of humor, so as in text, it can come across as being a bit of a idiot, for want of a better phrase. But it introduced me to a community, Rich, and a bit of acceptance. And it's always nice that if you're a 38-year-old, that you're classed as baby at group. You know what I mean?
Especially in the woodturner community.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, Doug. Sorry, Doug. I wasn't pointing at you there.
Yeah.
Right. Let's have a little. Can we have a little shop tour?
Yeah. You have to bear with me, but
that's all right.
Camera and everything.
You know
it's just a webcam. So
this is live. You know what? It's live, and doesn't matter what happens. I mean, yeah, we're going to get shaky camera, but we can still see a bit of what you do in there. So
I'll go first. This is my sticker board.
Yeah.
That is a scroll saw piece from Nick the Flaming Turner.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
He did say earlier. It said something about he's just noticed what was behind your head.
Yeah,
so makes sense now. Yeah,
that's central to me. My sticker board. I've got some stickers on there. Just one thing. If anybody has asked me for a sticker and I haven't got it, ask me again, because I posted things out and I don't think people's getting them. Do you know what I mean? Right. So up there, I've got one of these face shields.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, them face shields are all right for splinters. But if a piece of wood comes off at lathe and it's still going to break your nose or whatever.
But it's not going to go in your eye. It's not going to.
Exactly. Yeah. It's not a pure safety device. It's just a shield. I want one of them. The bionic ones that are classified to be safe for impact. That's my mask. It's in a bag. It's just a 3M dust mask. Over here, I've got that's a mastic gun, but I use it as a pen press.
Oh yeah, well that works.
Yeah. I just basically shove a piece of wood through the bottom, screw it to my bench. That gives you a flat surface, and then just pump it from top.
Yeah.
A couple of start collection of my tools that I really want. That's a Simon Oak medium handle.
Nice.
With a red top, and in that bag you can't quite see it. There's a 1/2 inch ball gouge and the 6mm, 16mm bar Oliver, which is a 6mm cutter. You'd think it wouldn't do much, but it's a pretty aggressive little cutter. I love it. That's a reciprocating saw. That is mental. All reciprocating saws are mental, in my opinion.
Yeah, I've got one.
All I use that is for, if I've got a blank that needs to go on, or a piece of wood that needs to go onto lathe, I lock it off with spindle lock and then just take corners off so it'll spin. That's all I use that for. Otherwise, I get vibration everything. Not white finger, but white body, I think. That's a little shelf I put up for my finishing stuff. I've got Yorkshire Grit, some CA. I've got some embellishing wax, sanding sealer, both of Martin's waxers. Although that eyegloss wax, to me, I don't use it that much. I think it's all right on something that's never going to be touched.
Yeah.
But as soon as you touch it, it starts getting fingerprints in it. So I think that microcrystalline wax, in my opinion, is better if stuff's going to be handled.
Yeah.
I've got some Tung Oil there. That's from a company called Brandon Bespoke that put a post up on AWGB forum, the GB wood turners forum, and said, "Does anybody want to try his stuff?" So I sent them an email and said, "Look, at the time I'd only been turning 4 months, and they sent me a package out with stuff in oil treatment, waxes, and everything. Meths for when I'm thirsty."
You know, that's why it's purple. That's why it's purple. In the US, it's still transparent.
Yeah. It might be more expensive then. I've got some intrinsic colours. You know, the tester pots.
Oh yeah.
What's it say? 12 times 15 mil.
Yeah.
Water-based wood dyes. They're brilliant. Them. Danish oil and some activator. On here, tops mostly screws. Apart from end one, that's my Forstner bits in the boxes. That is mostly drill bits. It's a little battery powered, like an engraver.
Yeah.
Rubbish that. But
by the way, your mum says that her floor needs waxing.
Yeah, it does, Mum. Yeah. I tell you what, Rich, if you want to come up and do it, my dad put about 10 coats of wax on it without sealing it. So once you start sanding it down, all it does is turn sandpaper into wax.
God.
Yeah. Cheers, Dad. First two things there's most of storage, and then that sanding stuff. I've just bought that Simon Ope, inertia sander.
Yeah.
I've just bought that, and it come with packs of discs. I usually use ProNet discs.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying usually. First, I bought a pack of discs off of Amazon that were about a tenner for, I don't know, 1,000 or something, and they were crap. So I went with ProNet and tried them, and I've been happy with them, to be honest. I know some people don't like them, but I don't think they're that bad.
Well, if it works for you, then it works for you, doesn't it? That's
Yeah.
it.
That's a little 100 ml extractor I bought from a hydroponic shop, just to pull some air out, for thin dust.
Yeah.
Sockets for everything I use with lathes, so it's light, vac, lathe, and I can't remember what that was for. Anyway, it's for something. Anyway, over here, this is an empty corner at the minute because I've got a leak just out of a knot in my roof. You see that big knot?
Yeah, I see it. Yeah.
I've got a leak there. When it rains, I get a slow drip through that knot.
All right.
So I'm going to put some polycarbonate on roof, I think, and just seal it all up properly. It were only lightweight felt that come with shed. That's a magnetic tool rest with dividers, drill bits, little hammer, screwdriver, etc. on there. Coming down, the shotgun cartridges with magnets on bottom to hold my pencils so I don't knock them off and they go flying and I can't find them.
That's a really good
idea. That.
Yeah. I might steal that idea.
Yeah, just a little earth magnet, what you can get off eBay for next to nothing.
Yeah.
And then shotgun cartridges you find when you're walking your dog or whatever, just shove a magnet underneath and stick it on top. And this, if there's any people younger than me in, I'm going to say it slowly, this is a CD player. I like to have music on when I'm doing stuff.
Yeah.
That's that heater I was telling you about earlier.
Yeah.
They're £8 from B&Q. It's a fan and an heater, and it's got a thermostat in it. I use it as like a a frost protector. I turn it just above, yeah, £8, yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna have to get one of those.
I turn it up just above 1, so it clicks on and off when I don't know. It comes in and out, and it just stops you getting rust and that and everything.
Yeah.
That above toilet, that's as far as I can go now. Above, can you see that kitchen roll? Yeah.
Yeah.
A weird thing. That were £8 from Aldi. It's a little pyro pen.
Oh, right, yeah.
It's basically a soldering iron that you put ends in. And it, to me, that's worth every penny. I was going to pay £70 for a branding iron, to put stuff on bottom of wood.
Yeah.
That comes with a free stencil that don't get hot, and it gets hot enough to actually do a good job.
Oh,
That's me. I wouldn't say sharpening system, but that's a bench grinder.
yeah.
I've got a pink wheel on one side and a white wheel on the other side, and a platform and a grinding jig. And it does me. I can get a sharp edge that lasts ages. Just practice with that, really.
Yeah.
Above that is all the rest of my turning tools, faceplate ring, and a couple of chucks, faceplate, my Makita impact driver. Outside of that, but upside down, there's a Makita drill driver, but it doesn't stand up without a battery on bottom, so it falls over. And then this is, can you see him? This is Andrew. He's an alien artifact.
Oh, okay.
It's not really. One day I want to try some eccentric turning, and that multi-axis stuff.
Yeah.
And if you look at him, it's different all the way around on sides.
All right. Yeah.
And that was just by trying. I enjoy making him and giving him a name and giving him eyes and stuff.
Brilliant.
But that's it. 8 foot by 6 foot shed.
Okay.
That's what it is. So
did you put the shed up then?
Yeah.
Built? Okay.
Yeah.
So is that big enough then for I mean, because you do mainly turning, don't you? Really?
Yeah. Mainly turning. I do other stuff, but only if I have to, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, someone's coming in. Hello. I'm live. Okay. Right. So where was I? She's gone. Okay. So we had a couple of new people come in. So my dad's in. Who else did I just be popped in? So your mom's giving you some crap. What's that can? What's that can?
Medicine Mom.
The Klondike Craftsman's in. Okay.
Boys.
So Essential Handyman's in as well. Welcome back.
Help me.
So shall we have a little look at your channel? Yeah.
Yeah.
We might be going over a little bit tonight, guys, but as long as you're enjoying yourself, Gav.
Yeah.
Right.
Or just put boo in the chat and we'll cut it off.
Yeah. Let's show this to begin. Okay. Right. There's been an update on this. Right. Okay. So let's go to your YouTube channel. Let's have a little look. You were 68 subscribers when I turned this on earlier. I'm hoping it's gone up a little bit. So we're just going to refresh now. 71. Brilliant, guys.
Wow.
We're nearly there. We need another 29. And we'll hit the 100 subscriber mark, which is good. So you're on 71. You've got a couple of videos. Are you planning to upload more? Because, I mean, that was 4 months ago.
Yeah. I was struggling, really. I was borrowing cameras and, just trying my hardest just to get a video together, just to get used to editing and stuff like that. But I think what I'm going to do is there's a live every day.
Yeah.
That usually finishes between 2:30 and 3. So what I might do is just have an hour on a day in week that's just me practicing basically, instead of having to edit videos and I don't just chat, and if people tell me I'm doing something wrong, or I've only been turning a year this month.
That's good. Yeah.
But I only get out here maybe once a week or less, sometimes maybe once a fortnight. So I'd like to have a set schedule kind of thing, and go from there.
Lives, yeah, that'll be good.
Yeah.
So Instagram, you're a lot more active on there. 293 followers. That's good. There's some real nice stuff. To say you've only been turning a year, there's some lovely stuff on here. I mean, it's beautiful.
Yeah, I made that for my mum. Yeah.
What got you into turning pens? Because I know that's something that you like to do.
Yeah, I saw somebody. I can't remember who it was. I saw someone turning pens, and a great pen turner is Hugh from. I forgot his name. It's there. Wouldn't it be nice?
Oh, okay.
He's brilliant. He's brilliant at pens. He's a Welsh guy. He's absolutely amazing. But I thought, I can't afford a mandrel. I can't afford a new live centre or a mandrel saver. And then I went to Taylor's Murfield open day when lockdown had been lifted, and they sell these things called turn between centre bushings.
That's right. Yeah.
And it cost me. I think it cost me £7.50 for a dead centre, a drive centre.
Yeah.
And then £3 for some bushings that were universal, and that were it. Instead of paying £60 for a mandrel, I've spent at most £15 with postage and got me sent a mandrel that I can use.
Do you think it's? I mean, pen turning is so rewarding. I mean, you can see from start to finish, and there's so many different kits out there. I'm trying to get my dad, Whitebeard, into pen turning because I think he'll really enjoy it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's beautiful. That one is. What wood's that?
Sapele.
Oh, lovely. So I really want to ask you, what the hell were you thinking when you did this to your poor wife's foot?
Listen,
or did she make you do it?
Yeah, exactly. Listen, my poor wife, my poor wife's eyes were rolling about in the back of her head like it were something else, if you know what I mean. I watched this video of this woman that said she basically used a sanding arbor and some like 2000 grit mesh paper to shave her legs. But she said it also gets dry skin off. And Mel had been talking about, I've got dry skin on my heels and that. I'm like, you'll be all right, put moisturiser and socks on, stop moaning. And I had a drink one night. She said, I've still got dry skin on my feet. I said, hold on a minute. So I went down to the shed, got my cordless drill, shoved an arbor in it, got some 2000 bit of paper and spun it up on top speed on low gear. And she loved it, basically. It could catch on, but it would put a lot of people out of business, I think.
Did it work? Did it work?
Yeah, it worked. Yeah, of course it did.
So Mel,
I forgot to put a mask on, though.
Oh, no. Oh, God. Right, then. So you've seen that here first, guys. So Mel's going to patent that. 2000 grit, game changer. Oh. Okay, so earlier on I asked you for a few shout outs so I can put them in the chat because I like to. And you came up with a couple. Oh, one more doing. Which first of all was Rob.
Yeah, Rob CP. Yeah.
So Rob's on 422 subscribers at the moment.
Yeah.
And he's got lots of stuff on here.
This one weren't for like to get him more exposure and stuff like that. It's just that I think that it'd be nice to see Rob on here and see his workshop and that. Rob's that kind of bloke, and I don't think I mind me saying it, is that he finds it hard to give some credit for stuff, but he's amazing. How he turns things in that short time that he's been turning, it's brilliant. It's brilliant, absolutely.
Well, we'll have to get you on, Rob. Get in touch. Let's get you on here. It'd be lovely to have you invaded. The other one was Adam. I love learning.
Yeah, Adam. A lot of his lives, he does late night stuff, but I don't know how long he's been turning. But as long as I've seen his channel, when I've been interested in wood turning, he's one of them guys that's not scared to get stuck in and try like a Chinese puzzle ball after he's been turning like 3 months.
Right.
And if it explodes all over the workshop, he learns from his mistake and then goes back to the beginning. That's another guy. I was just trying to think of people that you haven't invaded that I enjoy watching.
Okay. Well, we'll have to get in touch if he sees this. Get in touch.
Yeah.
And hopefully we can get you on the show. Right then. So, inspirations. Is there anyone else out there that inspires you to do what you do?
My missus is she's got arthritis in the spine.
Okay.
It's bad, but she gets up every day no matter what, so that's a bit of an inspiration.
Brilliant. And that's
my mum as well. She lost so much in a short length of time that she's still here and many people won't be, so that's my inspirations in life. But artistic talking, it can be anything. I can watch a 2-hour video of somebody turning a bowl that I could turn, but I'll see them do one cut, and I think, why didn't I think of doing that cut that way?
Yeah.
And then I go back in and practice that.
Yeah.
So my inspiration is everybody I've ever said hello to in a chat, basically, and watched lives and used it as a way to get out of my own head is an inspiration to me. Every single person.
That's brilliant. I mean, I always say I rave on about the community and just, for people like us with mental health issues, it's brilliant, to watch them. So what's coming up? Have you got any plans to make anything that you want to try? And
I've just bought 2 books. One's about form, and it's a bit historical, coming from Roman times and that, which it's just more of a read. But I bought this book that's
oh wow,
it's Barbara Dill. She went wrong way. It's multi-axis spindle turning, and I've always tried to do it by pulling something out at chuck a bit of an angle, but she breaks it down into a way that you can understand it from fundamentals upwards. But there's this guy in this book that's done these turnings, and all this is done. I don't know if you can see that.
Bear with a sec. Oh yeah,
that is all done on a lathe, off center, by moving your axes about, not getting clean cuts, but highlighting your tool marks and burning them in.
Yeah,
and that's basically this concept that she illustrates in this book can be turned into, well, it's basically imagination's your limit kind of thing.
Brilliant.
But them two goblet type things there is unbelievable to me.
Yeah.
All out of one piece of wood. So I think that's what I'm going to be practicing. I'm just going to come into my shed now, and I've got a webcam and internet out here. Just flick it on at some point in the day onto YouTube, and if anybody wants to watch me or give me any pointers, I think that's where I'm going to be going with it.
That's a great idea. I mean, if you make sure that you put it on your social media that you're going to go live in like 10-20 minutes, then I'm sure people will come and watch, because they will be learning too,
Yeah.
Is there any questions? Any guys, you got any questions for Gav before we wrap up? Let's have a little look. Kind of conversations between each other. Blue Light Turner said he's just cleaning up, but he's watching. Rob CP says, I am shy, plus I am quite private and don't want to answer questions. That's fair enough. There's no pressure. Honestly, there's no pressure at all. If you don't want to come on.
Yeah. It was just an idea, Rob. I'm not trying to like pressure, or it was just an idea, mate. That's all.
Yeah. This show isn't for everybody. You know, not everybody wants to come on camera and wants people being nosy around their shed or their workshop. That's totally fine. You know.
Yeah.
Ask Gav about character building.
Oh yeah. If you look on the smock, 1 minute, wrong way. Can you see that?
Nailers Character Building Limited. Knobhead.
When like I've never been crafty or buildy or doing all ever. You know what I mean? I'd never even try out because I was useless at it. But as kids, like I said, my dad had a garage. Anything that we had to do that we didn't want to do, he used to say, no, go on, it's character building.
That's good.
You know what I mean?
Good.
Whatever it was, I can't do it. It's character building. So I've been using this 80 grit piece of sandpaper for 4 weeks. No, it's character building. And it stuck through my life. And then whenever I used to go to his house, he'd go, not bad, like that. Even dogs would turn around if he ever said it, and they knew I were coming. And when he died, I bought this smock and got that put on there. Wrong side. We got that put on there. Just as a bit of it was a memory thing. Just to show as well that, I mean, my dad could do anything, Rich. He was one of them blokes. Anything. He could build an house with his bare hands. He was that kind of bloke. And yeah. I'm proud to say I was his son.
Sounds like a great chap.
Oh, he was a good role model. He was hard as nails, but he as loving as what anybody would want to be. You know what I mean?
Well, there's my dad. He's asking where do you come from?
Is your dad Colin?
Yeah.
From Pontefract, Colin, in West Yorkshire. It's just outside Barnsley.
My dad used to be a lorry driver, so he'd know it.
All right.
Yeah.
Near Wakefield Europort. That's where all trucks go. Junction 41 at M1.
So sorry, guys. I'll try and remember to get a couple of the girls out next week, and they can come and watch with you. That's it, Gav. You've survived a beard invades. Nearly an hour's worth as well, so you've done well.
Yeah. Sorry, I dragged it over, Rich.
No, it's brilliant. I mean, it's a pleasure to talk to you. It's really, really nice. You're a decent chap.
Thank you.
Only decent though.
I want to be more than that.
Okay, right then. Just before we go, the Flaming Turner, Gav, have you shouted your order for the chippy yet?
No. Apart from I can't eat chips. It's a personal joke. I've literally, when Stacey and Nick come, there's a chip shop that's literally at the end of my drive, so I could literally stand in my drive. And because I've known her all my life as well, I could just shout, Rhoda, fish chips and curry. And she probably would fetch it to my front door, to be fair. So I'm lucky in that respect. But I don't eat fish or chips, so.
No? Okay, then. Gerard French Turner, very nice to meet you, Gav, although met you in WT. What's that? Oh, Wood Turner. Okay.
Yeah. Me and Gerard are members at the same club. I love Gerard. I've got his sticker on my wall, and I've got his business card as well. It just seems like a really nice bloke to talk to, and everything's always polite and that. So yeah,
he did say he sent my sticker, so it should be here soon. Right then, so that's it. Thanks a lot for taking the time out. guys, remember, let's just have a real quick look. I'm just going to refresh the screen. You're currently on 75 subscribers, so we need 25, guys.
Listen, if I stay on 75, I'm happy with that.
I'm sure we can get you to and right. So next week I think next week I've got Tanya Maid again, or so I think I have, but we'll see. Next Tuesday, 8 p.m. is Andy H. is for turning. He's going to be turning some. I think he was going to do a bowling ball similar to what I did, but you know,
the wooden one.
Yeah. Really quickly before we go, I forgot to ask you this question, and Peter Corcoran has asked it for me. Why?
Yeah. It's my surname backwards, Peter. I was trying to think of an interesting name. My name's Gavin Eads, and it was a bit of a stupid way to do it, because I don't speak very clearly. So if I say Eads, people say what? And I say Eads, and they're like and they can't get their head around it. So I thought, right, I'm not going to say that, but I'll spell it backwards. And to me, it says Sedae, but I've had Sedae, Sedae. It doesn't matter. It's a made-up word anyway. So just call me whatever you want. Just call me Gav.
Yeah, call you Gav. Right. Okay. Last thing now. You are very welcome. He's a decent chap. Anyway, guys, we'll see you probably tomorrow night in Wayne's live. Anyway, see you soon.
Peace.